Lovely ball, as always, Your Majesty. It is a wonder how you are able to outdo yourself each year. You look surprised to see me. Have I not come to your ball every year without fail since the beginning? You know I couldn't possibly turn down an invitation from you. And anyway, your annual ball is the talk throughout all kingdoms. If I missed it, one may think our kingdoms are at a sort of disagreement, and we would not want that, would we? Is that why you still sent me an invitation? To save face? Or were you hoping that I would come? Forgive me, Your Majesty, for I know I am on your territory, but I must ask you not to lie to me. You were only hoping that I would come because I'm one of your strongest allies. If that were true, I thought I would at least receive a response to the various letters I had sent your way after the last ball. For someone of your intellect, that is a poor excuse. We all have plenty of engagements that are in need of our attention. We both are royalty after all, with kingdoms needing to be run. But one can also have priorities. Surely you could have taken the time to respond to me if you thought of me so highly. Was it your queen or your twisted sense of duty that was preventing you from doing so? You had no problem corresponding with me prior to the last ball. I keep mentioning it because I do not believe that we are over. I suspect that you've been avoiding even thinking of the last ball. It seemed like you threw yourself into preparations for this event, in hopes of replacing the memories. You attempted to make it grander than you ever have prior. You've been forcing yourself to forget, while I've been forcing myself to remember. Because you still have a hold of my heart, and I know that I still have a hold of yours. Lovely ball, Your Majesty. Oh, how I adore the topiaries. Surely you must know that they took my breath away. Yes, I know it was my idea, but never did I think you would execute it at all, much less execute it so beautifully. I could not help but notice that each of the topiaries matched the wildlife of various kingdoms. How incredibly clever of you, Your Majesty. Though, I have yet to find the topiaries that match my kingdom. You did not forget about my little kingdom, did you? They were too big for the ballroom. Whatever do you mean? I believe you are right. A demonstration would be more proper. I will tell my guards that I will be in your care. Please, lead the way. I have to confess that I've always envied your gardens. I find myself wandering through it before the ball, and sometime after. I can never quite get the atmosphere that you manage to convey with the various statues, flora, lanterns, fountains, and the like. You have quite an eye. Oh, Your Majesty, do not be modest. I have taken the time to speak to your gardeners in an attempt to plan how to change my palace grounds. They were kind enough to tell me that this is all you're doing. The Queen had nothing to do with the matter. Though, when does she have anything to do with any matter? Forgive me, that came out cruel. Though I know your marriage to her was arranged, I know that you care for her in your own way, though she contributes nothing to your kingdom than being an attractive figure beside you, and an expense with her spending habits. Forgive me again. I cannot help but speak my mind against injustices. I know how hard-working you are. It shows. You are adored by many, not just in your kingdom, but kingdoms spanning across many lands. It just Does not seem fair that you carry that burden all on your own while the palace gold is being spent on foreign luxuries. Do not mind me anymore. What did you want to show me? Oh my. I was sure that I knew every inch of your garden. I was wrong. This hideaway that you have made for yourself is breathtaking. It is perfect. I imagine you stargaze, read, or take meals out here when you need to clear your head. I would do the same. I do need to discuss arrangements to implement one in my own garden. These topiaries, they represent my kingdom. You were right. They are greater in size than any of the topiaries in the ballrooms and the flowers that are intertwined. This must have taken months at the very least. Why? Oh. No. I adore them. I think they are beautiful, but is that the only reason? That you wanted to thank me for the topiary suggestion in the first place? Your Majesty, is this how you thank others? With grand but private gestures for only you and the other to witness? Because if so, then perhaps I was mistaken about us. What I am saying is this does not read simply as a gesture of gratitude. This reads as something more. Tell me, have you done anything like this for the Queen? That is not an excuse. I too have riches and could have paid for grander topiaries than what you have given me. But regardless of that, you still did this. You could have thanked me in luxurious gifts or political favors, but you knew that this would mean so much more to me than any of that. You know me, and my love for my kingdom, and my love for topiaries and roses and gardens. You have let me go on in my letters to you, even prompting me to write more. You have let me go on in person here in balls and exchanges during political affairs. You have done that for every subject that I had passion for, and you remember everything I have told you. Tell me, do you do that for anyone else? It would seem that I have made you speechless for once, though your answer is clear. I mean something to you, Your Majesty, just as you mean something to me. Your heart does not lie with the queen of this kingdom. It lies with me. She is not your queen. She is barely a queen to begin with. She's a disgrace among the royals. She has not lifted a finger for this kingdom, and if you were to die and she were to rule in your place, your kingdom would be in ruins in days. She was arranged for you because of her beauty and her title, which both amount to nothing of value with what she has done with it. You know that I only speak the truth. I would never lie to you. So I ask you not to lie to me, and not to lie to yourself. You and I, kingdoms combined, would be powerful. We would do so much good for our kingdoms and the kingdoms around us. It would be a unity that would be spoken about for centuries to come, about the great that we accomplished together. We are a perfect match, not simply in the political sense, but we share the same passions, the same frustrations, the same fears. Our conversations touch the deepest parts of me, and surely you as well. I do not take you as a deceiver, especially with the intimate details that we have given to one another, in trust. And pray tell, why can we not do this? We are rulers of kingdoms. We can do whatever we would like. We are beloved by our kingdoms. They would understand and reap the benefits of having two rulers that care immensely about them and their well-being instead of just one trying to get by. You know I am not speaking for just you, but myself as well. This kingdom is yours. It was your parents that had passed this kingdom down to you, once they had assured that you would not be ruling alone. How wrong they were. You are practically ruling alone, but you do not have to anymore. You can cut ties with her and send her back to her family where I assure you, she will be taken care of. Then you and I can... What does it matter what your parents wanted? What does it matter if it is not proper? Just as the same as my parents, your parents are dead. We can redefine what proper is. What is proper if it leads to unhappiness? My heart is yours. Please take it. But you can. You would not be betraying anyone. You would just be benefiting those you care about most. If you run away from me now, you will be betraying not only me, but yourself. Your Majesty, please, together we can... I understand. Your queen is waiting for you. And I'll continue to wait for you. This is not over. We are not over.